Good evening and welcome to Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball League live from Trinity College, where tonight, Malloves Jewelers versus People's United. Lineups for tonight's game for Malloves Jewelers: center field, Dixon, batting first, batting second, Budzik, shortstop, Franco batting third, second base, Brenchek batting fourth, at third base, LaChance in right field batting fifth, Therian at first base batting sixth, Rack the designated hitter, Famiglietti the catcher batting eighth, and Fazzino left fielder batting ninth. On the mound for Malloves Jewelers is Martin. For People's United, Trishman at shortstop leading off, Grabowski batting second in right field, Pina in left field batting at first base, batting cleanup, Mohart, the pitcher, batting fifth, Finnegan in center field, batting sixth, Vasquez at second base, batting seventh. In the eighth spot, McEnany at third base, and Elsner, the catcher. At the end of one complete, our score is 0-0. In the top of the first inning for Malloves Jewelers, center fielder Dixon walked and scored the first out on a fielder's choice from Budzik, the shortstop. Budzik was later put out on the pickoff for the third out. Franco, the second baseman, the third batter of the inning, struck out in between the pickoff and the fielder's choice. So in the top of the second, Brenchek, the third baseman, leads off, fouled behind the plate. Justin Mohart on the mound for People's United tonight. Justin making his first appearance Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball after a draft pick 2017 and played professional ball for a couple years, and now joining Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball, returning to Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball after a 2-year professional career. Ball high. Our count goes to 2-2. Outside and low, we'll go full on Brenchek. Little flare, second base, picked up there by Vasquez. So one down in the top of the second, and LaChance, the right fielder, takes his first at-bat at tonight's game. Malloves Jewelers making their first appearance back at Twilight as a sponsor after 25 years absence, and looking forward to a successful season. They're in the red with gray trim. People's United in the blue. One and one to LaChance, left-handed batter. Ball outside, 2-1. Beautiful night tonight. A little hazy, a little overcast, but overall, nice night for baseball. Swing and a miss there. And the count goes even. on the chance. Down and low. Full now. Nobody on and one out in the top of the second. And looks like he just missed on that one. So Mohart issues his second walk of the game. And the first baseman, Therian, comes to the plate. Brenchek held on by Woods, thrown over by Mohart. A little inside. One and 0 to Therian. Mohart looks over. One and one on that swing from Therian. Chance steps off. Therian a swing and a miss. So Mohart ahead here. 1 and 2. Swing there and fouled off first base side. Count stays at 1 and 2. Field lights making their way from dim to full brightness now as the sun begins to set on the third base side. Mohart gets the 1-2 swing and a miss from Therian. So Therian the second out. Mohart gets a second strikeout of the game. And Rax, the designated hitter, steps to the plate. Ball outside. One and one now. Line drive to third base side. Foul. Rack goes to 1 and 2. The chance still off first. Bounces down. And now 2 and 2. Famiglietti, the catcher, on deck. And another full count here for Mohart to work. And a call strike 3 looking from Rack. Malloves retired in the top of the second. No runs, no hits 1 walk, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 1.5, Malloves 0, People's United 0. Greater Hartford Twilight appreciates you watching our live stream on YouTube. Remember, folks, follow us on Instagram at GHTBL. That's Instagram at GHTBL. For People's United in the bottom of the second, first baseman Woods steps up against Martin. And a first pitch strike there. Ground ball to third. Picked up by Brenchek and off the first base side. Therian with a reach but unable to pick it up, so Woods reaches on the error. Justin Mohart to the plate, his first at bat. Left-handed batter. Swings in a drive to right field that is foul. Lands on top of the batting cages out here. So Justin Mohart showing his skill on the first pitch from Martin. Another big cut there from Mohart. The count goes to 0-2. Mohart shaking his head a little bit. Thought he missed one there. A big opportunity for him to drive the ball with a runner on base. And another foul off behind the plate. The count stays at 0-2. Ball outside, looked like a breaking pitch there that Martin missed with. And another high pop fly to right field where LaChance does a little dance under the ball and comes up with it. Dixon sprinted all the way over from center field to back him up just in case. Some of those high fly balls, a little tough to judge at times, but with the overcast skies, should be okay. So Finnegan, the center fielder, now with the runner on first and first pitch ball. Therian holds him on. Not really sure if Woods is going to go too far, though. one out. And Woods does take off. And a throw down, and Woods has himself a stolen base. So count goes to 1-1, and Finnegan has the first chance here tonight with a runner in scoring position. Martin looks back a little bit. Count goes to 1-2. 2-2. Count goes full with Woods at second. Martin looking back at Woods at second and fouled off there by Finnegan. Johnny Martin, Middletown's franchise #1 pitcher from last year. Malloves taking over the sponsorship for Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball in Middletown. We will be featuring some games at Palmer. And a nice breaking pitch there from Martin to record the second out. So Vasquez, the second baseman, steps up. First pitch high. And a little dribbler base hit to right field. Cut off on the throw to home by Therian. But now Peoples with runners on first and third and 2 outs. So Vasquez with a little liner to keep the inning alive with 2 down. And up steps the third baseman, McEnany. Therian holds on Vasquez. First pitch strike to McEnany. And now Martin ahead 2-0. Martin ahead 0-2 with runners on first and third. Little of a tight spot with 2 outs. And fouled off there. So McEnany stays alive. And Martin looking to get out of this inning without any damage. Looks over at Vasquez with Therian holding him on. And Vasquez takes off. Ball high and a fake throw down. So they let Vasquez go through to second. And now with runners on second and third and 2 outs, McEnany has a 1-2 count to work here. and a curveball, fly ball to center field. And Dixon dived for it in right center, and the ball falls out of his glove, and 2 runs are in for People's Bank. So People's United breaks through with 2 runs on the McEnany double. And up steps Elsner, the catcher, the 9-hitter. For People's United. Ball high. Two and one to Elsner now. Like Martin missed a little outside with that pitch. And Elsner fouls it back. Count goes to 2-2 now. Elsner works the count full with McEnany at second. Drove in the first 2 runs for People's United. Franco shifts over, and McEnany just gets a sliver of that one. Popped up behind the plate. Famiglietti right up against the fence and unable to get it on the other side of the backstop. And popped up again. This ball is in play. Martin calling for it, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out. So People's United breaks through in the bottom of the 2nd with 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. So Mohart back on the hill in the top of the third with Miglietti, Fazzino, and top of the order Dixon due up for Malloves. And Mohart working with a 2-0 lead. Steps in with a little more confidence with this first batter and an 0-2 count. And Miglietti goes down swinging for the first out. So Fazzino, the left fielder, steps up for the first time this season in a Malloves uniform. Swing and a miss there. And Mohart looks like he's settled in the first couple batters for the third inning. Now runs a count 0-2 to Fazzino. And fouled off first base side. And ground ball third base side on the line and picked up there by McEnany, and the throw just a little bit wide for Woods to pick up. So Fazzino reaches on the ball down the line to third base. And Dixon, top of the order now for Malloves, comes to the plate. Mohart looks over. Woods holding Fazzino on, and foul first base side right over our heads. Throw over by Mohart. And Dixon with a shot down the first base side on right field, and a line drive is caught there. So Fazzino had to make his way back. And a nice play there by Grabowski. So 2 down, and the shortstop Budzik steps up. Budzik reached on a fielder's choice, and then was thrown out on the throw over from Mohart in the first inning. Fazzino bounces off, and the count runs to 2-0. Two and one now to Budzik. and down low. So the count now runs at 3-0. And off steps Fazzino. No throw down there with the walk to Budzik. So Malloves has their first runner at second base scoring position in Fazzino, with Franco, the second baseman, left-handed hitting Franco, stepping to the plate. Franco struck out swinging in the first and takes another cut there, down 0-1. Woods behind Budzik, and Franco tries to get that ball down the third base side. Just foul there. So the first baseman Woods defending behind Budzik, and it doesn't look like much action around second base with Franco at the plate and 2 outs. And a swing and a miss there. So Mohart gets out of the third inning with no runs, no hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. At the end of 2.5, Malloves 0, People's United 2. Baseball fans, remember Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball live stream all season long. Check our schedule for action each week. Martin returns to the mound in the bottom of the third, and a line drive base hit to center field. And a little dribbler roll stays fair. So People's United with something going here in the bottom of the third. And the left fielder, Tyler Pina, stands in against Martin with no one out and runners on first and second. And Pina takes a big cut there. High chopper. Martin picks it up. Easy toss to Therian for the first out. Pina advances the runners 1-3. So runners on second and third now for Woods, who reached on an error on a throw from the third baseman, Brenchek, and scored in the second. And Woods pops it up behind home. Famiglietti back there again, unable to reach it behind the backstop. Woods goes 1-2 now, with a chance to open it up. 2 runners in scoring position. Martin in the dirt outside. Count goes even. And a swing and a miss there from Woods. Gets Martin and Malloves to 2 outs. But runners in second and third. And Justin Mohart, the pitcher, steps to the plate. Mohart flew out to right field on a high pop in the second inning. So here with runners on second and third, a chance to open a game up for himself while he's on the mound. Curveball outside. Now inside on Mohart, the count goes to 2-0. Now Peoples with the bases loaded, and Finnegan, the center fielder, steps to the plate. Martin down low. Count runs with 2-1. Finnegan struck out for the second out in the bottom of the second. Foul back. Out of play. Count runs even, 2-2. Martin trying to get out of a jam here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Already down 2-0. And a drive by Finnegan, and that ball is over left fielder's head, and Finnegan has himself a stand-up double and a bases clearing stand-up double at that. So 3 runs in for Peoples on the Finnegan double. And they open it up now to 5-0 here in the bottom of the third. Vasquez takes to the plate and fouls it back there. In the bottom of the second, Vasquez kept this whole thing going for Peoples. With 2 outs, he singled to get the runners to first and third. And McEnany then doubled in Vasquez and Woods for the first 2 runs of tonight's game. So Vasquez with a chance here to get Finnegan around with a base hit. Foul back there. So Vasquez goes 0-2. And a ground ball down to third base. And this time Brenchek gets it over to Therian on a line and gets Vasquez out. So on the 5-3 putout, People's United is closed out in their bottom half of the third inning. And they pick up 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 runner left on. And at the end of 3 complete, it's People's United 5 and Malloves Jewelers 0. Back here in the top of the fourth, Nick Brenchek, the third baseman, steps up to the plate, a swing and a miss on that first pitch from Mohart. And a line drive right to the left of us, and Brenchek and Brenchek takes a third strike looking. So Mohart records his sixth strikeout of tonight's game. And the right fielder, LaChance, steps up. A ground ball right past Mohart. Second baseman Vasquez picks it up, and a hopper to Woods for the out. And Eric Therian, the first baseman, steps up. Struck out in the second. And a big swing and a miss there. So for the first time tonight, Mohart records the first two batters of an inning out. Looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the night of tonight's action. And Therian goes 1-2. And a big swing and a miss on the high fastball from Mohart, and Therian is retired. So Malloves goes down 1-2-3 in the fourth, and Mohart has 4 complete shutout innings. Baseball fans, follow Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball all season long on Instagram. That's at GHTBL on Instagram. So for People's United here in the bottom of the fourth, McEnany the third baseman. Steps up against Martin. And Martin gets McEnany looking for his third strikeout of tonight's game. So Elsner, the catcher, steps up with one down in the bottom of the fourth. And first pitch in the dirt from Martin. Elsner at 1-1 now. A beautiful breaking pitch there by Martin. And I think that's the pitch that he's been trying to work for most of the night for strikes. And a pop foul on the left side, and Therian not quite able to reach that. So 2-2 now. And Elsner takes one off the top of the helmet for a hit by pitch. On a slow curve or a change up there. Malloves with a ground ball back to Martin on the pitch to Tristman, the shortstop, and score 1-6-3. Score Elsner out 1-6, and Tristman safe on the throw from Budzik. Grabowski and Tristman thrown out on the attempted steal there. A beautiful throw from Miglietti to Franco, and scored Tristman out for the third out. 1-4. Caught stealing. So Grabowski will step back up in the bottom of the fifth when People's United returns to the plate. Due up for Malloves, the designated hitter Rack, Miglietti, the catcher, and the 9-hitter Fazzino, the left fielder. Baseball fans, enjoy Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball League all season. Check us online at ghtbl.org. That's ghtbl.org. Check highlights and other important information, photos, and details on Facebook, GHTBL on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram at GHTBL on Instagram. Mohart returns for his fifth inning of work. The fourth inning was his first 1-2-3 inning. And it looks like we might have some defensive changes here from manager Abruzzi, who just touched base with the home plate umpire. We'll have to see if we can find out what those defensive changes are. It looks like they are in the outfield. So the designated hitter Rack comes to the plate. As the teams record the defensive change. Take this time now to mention July 21st, Dunkin' Donuts Park, our charity series continues with support from Cigna and several other sponsors to help us with our charity series, which will contribute to multiple sclerosis. Mohart runs even now 1-1 to Rack. Down low and outside. Rack goes 2-2. And fouled. Malloves down here 5-0. Trying to get runners on. Rack follows that behind home. The count stays at 2-2. And Rack takes a big cut. A swing and a miss, and Mohart records his 8th strikeout of tonight and has now retired 5 batters in a row. So probably after a little adrenaline running through in the first couple of innings for Justin, he's settled in here the last couple innings to keep Malloves in check and a 5-0 lead. Catcher from Miglietti steps up and he goes 0-2. Mohart shakes him off. And high and tight there. And Mohart gets Vermiglietti looking. His second strikeout of Vermiglietti. And Fazzino, the left fielder, steps to the plate. Fazzino reached on an error in the third on McEnany's throw that was just wide of Woods. Fouled back. And Mohart strikes out the side in the fifth. So Mohart retires his seventh batter in a row now, and Malloves is retired in order for the second straight inning. In the top of the fifth, no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on. At the end of 4.5, Malloves is down to People's United 5-0. Martin returns in the bottom of the fifth, and Grabowski, oh, maybe not. Looks like Grabowski was substituted for. And a line drive base hit to right center field. And rounding first for a stand-up double, People's United is back in action in the bottom of the fifth. So pitching change here for Malloves brings in the left-hander, and Tyler Pina steps to the plate. And a line shot down the first baseline just past the diving Therian. So Pina down 0-1 with a runner at second here in the bottom of the fifth. And Pina with a fly ball to center field, Dixon under it, hauls it in, and runner advances to third. So Pina gets a sacrifice, and a little bit upset with himself that he didn't drive that ball on a line a little bit more. The Wood steps up. With one out. And the infield in. Woods goes to 1-2. And fouled back again. Outside on that to bring it count even at 2-2. And Woods with a line shot to center field, and that is trouble. Dixon picks it up at the wall, and Woods is rumbling to third, and he will be safe. So Will Woods, the first baseman, with a triple to drive in the sixth run of tonight's game for People's United. And Justin Mohart steps to the plate. Mohart down 1-2 with Woods at third. And tap or foul right at the plate. Just missed there. Count runs a 2-2. And ground ball to third base. Brenchek pulls Therian off first, and Mohart sneaks in behind him as Woods crosses the plate for the 7th run. People's United. So an error on Brenchek, the third baseman. And Therian holds on Mohart with a left-handed thrower on the mound.
Just plug what he says in, because then he
Oh! Ball goes flying, bat goes flying out of his hands there. And Finnegan, the center fielder, with Mohart at first. Baseball fans, join us at Palmer Field on July 14th for our charity series returns to Middletown to benefit the American Legion. That's Hardball for Heroes, July 14th at Palmer Field in Middletown to benefit the American Legion post 75, I believe it is. So 0-2 to Finnegan with Therian holding Mohart on at first. And fouled back again, first base side. So Finnegan down on strikes there to record the second out of the bottom of the fifth. And Vasquez, the second baseman. Oh, looks like we might have... Yeah, we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Vasquez. And ground ball just past Franco at second base. And Peoples has runners on first and second with two down. Baseball fans, join us for our Spreading Orange charity series for multiple sclerosis at Dunkin' Donuts Park on July 21st. 4 games all day long, starting at 9 a.m. to support multiple sclerosis. That's our Spreading Orange charity series at Dunkin' Donuts Park on July 21st. And another pinch hitter here for Peoples with runners on first and second. And pinch hitter down on strikes there to end the fifth inning for Peoples United. 2 runs on 2 hits. 2 runners left on at the end of 5 complete. Peoples United 7 and Malloves Jewelers 0. Baseball fans, reminder, join us on July 14th at Palmer Field for our charity series to benefit the American Legion, Hardball for Heroes. 4 games, including a night game on that date. Check ghtbl.org, that's ghtbl.org online for further details. Dixon, the center fielder, grounds out to short for the first out in the top of the 6th. Mallows Jewelers. So Budzik, the shortstop, steps up, and he's reached twice now in the first on a fielder's choice and a walk in the third. And Mohart continues his dominance since the end of the third inning, now retiring 8 consecutive batters. Fly ball, center fielder drops in, and Budzik gets the first hit since since forever. Mohart with an unofficial no-hitter up to that point. And Franco steps to the plate. And Franco has a single drop in. And so now, after 8 consecutive batters retired, Malloves has runners on first and second with 1 down, and the third baseman, Nick Brenchek, stepping to the plate. Down low on that first pitch to Brenchek. And a line drive, fair ball, down the first base side, and Malloves will get their first 2 runs in on the Brenchek double. So Brenchek drives in Burdick and Franco for the first 2 Malloves Jewelers runs in 25 years. Fouled off. It looks like LaChance, the right fielder, steps up. So Mohart trying to get back in the groove here. And a ball in the dirt. Nice stop by Elsner. One down for Malloves and 2 runs in with Brenchek at second, and another pop fly foul on the third base side this time. And another fly, another foul, tapper, right behind home. Count runs 2-2 now. With one out. Brenchek had plenty of room off a second, and a base hit for the chance, but Brenchek held up at third. On the throw in from center field. So first and third now, and that is the fourth consecutive hit for Malloves. And we have some action in the bullpen for Peoples here with one out. And the big first baseman, Eric Therian, at the plate. Woods now back to holding runner on with LaChance at first. And 1-0 to Therian. And LaChance takes off, and the throw does go through. And safe at second on the stolen base is LaChance. So runners in scoring position now. Second and third for Malloves, down 7-2. And a big swing and a miss there to get the count at 2-2. And a strike looking, and now we're at 2-2. And a big swing and a miss for Therian, and his third strikeout tonight. So up steps Rack, the designated hitter, who has struck out twice, looking in the second and swinging in the fifth to lead off the fifth. Rack here with a chance to convert a couple more runs in the top of the sixth for Malloves. Oh, 0-2 now to Rack with two down. And a ball in the dirt, and no one advancing there with Brenchek at third. Ball didn't hop too far from Elsner. Mohart trying to finish this inning here. And he does. And Rack wants to know where that pitch was. But the inning is over. And Malloves does get 2 runs across on 4 hits At the end of 5.5, it's Peoples 7 and Malloves 2. Baseball fans, Greater Hartford Twilight League appreciates you watching and listening in tonight's action live stream on YouTube. I'm Dan Saccu with your play-by-play, and Macon Jeffries, our producer, tonight and all season long on YouTube live stream. Don't forget, follow us on Instagram at GHTBL. That's Instagram at GHTBL. Like us on Facebook, GHTBL. That's Facebook, GHTBL, for highlights and additional information.
You're in the fifth 5-hole or whatever, so 6 batters.
So in the bottom of the 6th, Elsner takes to the plate, and a ground ball right by second for Budzik. Scoops it up over to Therian. And records 6-3 out. The leadoff batter in the 6th inning. So top of the order now for Peoples. And another ground ball to short. Right in the hole. And Therian scoops that one up for the 2nd out. So the left-hander working quickly. And 2 straight outs on 2 consecutive pitches with the right fielder stepping to the plate. And a line foul pass first toward the bullpen. By the sound of it behind us, other than the motorcycles, most likely we'll have a pitching change for Peoples, as I can hear the snap of the gloves with the pitchers warming up in the bullpen, and a line drive to right center field. And it looks like we're going to have at least a stand-up triple here. Ball coming in on the cutoff to Franco. Who gets it into Budzik, and a stand-up triple there. So Tyler Pina steps to the plate, and he's 0 for 3. Grounding out to first in the 1st inning, unassisted. Grounding out to the pitcher, 1-3 in the 3rd, and flying out to center field in the 5th, I'm sorry. Foul back there for Tyler Pina. And fouled back again. Count runs 1 and 2 now, with 2 down and nobody on. And a triple. Runner on third there. Screened by the first base coach for a moment. And Pina with another ground ball towards center field and past the diving Budzik for a run batted in, and the 8th run of tonight's game for People's United. So Pina converts the triple for a run score, and he stands at first with Therian holding him on. And Will Woods, the first baseman, steps to the plate. And Woods looks in at the first pitch strike. And a big swing and a miss there from Woods. Woods reached on an error and scored in the second, struck out, swing in the third, and tripled in the 5th. So People's United with 2 triples tonight to complement their 8 runs scored. And Woods with a big swing and a miss to end the inning. So for People's United, 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. 1 runner left on. At the end of 6 complete, People's United 8, Malloves 2. Baseball fans, Greater Hartford Twilight League is proud to announce their charity series, July 14th and 21st. July 14th, Hardball for Heroes at Palmer Field to support the American Legion. And July 21st at Dunkin' Donuts Park in Hartford, the Spreading Orange charity series for multiple sclerosis. All proceeds will go to those organizations. All day, 4-game event. Check Instagram at GHTBL, ghtbl.org online, and Facebook for further details. Greater Hartford Twilight League appreciates you viewing and listening to our broadcast live stream on YouTube. Tonight's matchup between Malloves Jewelers and People's United Bank. My name is Dan Saccu. I'm play-by-play for tonight and all season long with our producer, Macon Jeffries, helping us out right behind me and giving you the view of tonight's action. And so pitching change for People's United. And Mohart gets 6 complete. 2 runs, 4 hits. Twelve strikeouts. And Famiglietti steps up to the plate. Trying to get the corner there a little low, indicated on that ball. And that one's on point for a strikeout looking. So Famiglietti is recorded down for his third strikeout of the evening. And he will most likely end the night at 0-3. And Fazzino steps to the plate. Fazzino reached base in the third on an error. And struck out in the fifth. Fazzino 1-2 now, with no one on here in the top of the seventh. Last chance for Malloves to get something going. And a swing and a miss there for another strikeout. So top of the order, Dixon, center fielder, who saw quite a bit of action last inning. Defensively, ground ball towards short in the hole, picked up by the second baseman, and Dixon runs it out for the single. So 2 down. Prior to that, Dixon walked in the first, flied out to right, and grounded out to short in the sixth. And up steps Budzik, the shortstop. Woods holding Dixon on at first. And a fly ball, this should do it, to right field. And that ends it. For People's United, an 8-2 victory in the top of the seventh for Malloves. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on, 2 strikeouts. And People's United gets their first win of the season. Baseball fans, Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball League appreciate your viewing of tonight's game. And we look forward to presenting more games to you this season. Find us tomorrow on YouTube live stream from South Windsor, where our tomorrow night's game will feature the East Hartford Jets return to Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball versus the South Windsor Phillies. Looking forward to that action tomorrow night. Check ghtbl.org, online, Instagram at ghtbl, and on Facebook, ghtbl. From Trinity College in Hartford, Connecticut, my name is Dan Saccu. Our final score of tonight's game: People's United Bank 8, Malloves Jewelers 2. Macon Jeffries right beside me, helping us with the production of tonight's game. We look forward to your viewing tomorrow and all season long of Greater Hartford Twilight Baseball.